What's going on, guys? Mark back here testing yet another live stream. I figured I would just go ahead and do like a little Q&A today or whatever, but at the exact same time, I want to test out this new piece of streaming software that I've got for iPhone, iPad, any sort of like iDevice. So just give me a second. I'm going to log into the live chat real quick. It's a long-ass password, ain't it? All right, so let's turn that off just to be sure. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about some of this live streaming software that I'm using. And I don't have, like right at the second, I am not using the YouTube app, which is honestly, it's pretty damn good because, you know, you get your chat windows and everything right on screen. But it has limited functionality, and it for damn sure doesn't have as many functions when it comes to correcting your exposure, zooming in on the image, and a lot of other things. So let me go ahead and get to my Creator Studio real quick. And of course, I also want to remind you all to give me feedback on, you know, how the audio sounds, how the video sounds, all that kind of good stuff. So let me get to my live stream here. Any of that help is always appreciated whenever I go live. Damian Haro says, what vape are you using? I am using it's called the Vapresso. This is, I think, the Target Pro. It's a pretty damn good vape. And I mix my own juice. Okay, so this, hey, what's going on at Reef? All right, so I do got the chat up. That's pretty awesome. All right, so the app that I am using, now I'm recording this right now from the phone. Buffering big time. Shit, really? Video output is low. All right, well, I appreciate the feedback. I don't really know what I can do about that right now. It may be just a problem with the app, so I'm just going to assume that that might be the case. Keep losing connection, so not so great. Is there any way you can do a channel review? Sure. I could do that. Let me see. I don't know. There's nothing going on in here right now. Pick is good. Sound is good. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. Hey, Millie, how are you? Good to see you. I do unboxing and free giveaway. Sweet. All right. So, I'm just going to assume that everything is working the way it's supposed to. And I just want to go ahead and tell you all a little bit about the stream and the software that I use, or that I'm using right now. The software that I'm using is called Switcher Go. And the cool thing about this software is that while I'm doing a live stream from a mobile device, I am able to swap content. I am able to put up other things on screen and allow you guys to see what I'm not only talking about, but put up examples, show you different stuff, show you, you know, like, you know, stuff that I'm talking about without having to go, hang on, let me turn the camera around, or, you know, stuff like that. This basically allows you to do a multi-shot or multi-camera shot live stream directly from your iPhone or your iPad or whatever. I believe that it's available for Android now, and that, my friends, is a game changer. Because before, in order to get this level of customization for a live stream, you basically had to use a full-size computer. You had to use like hardcore heavy-duty software. There was no way you could do this on a mobile device, period, end of story. So I think the vast majority of you all know by now that I love covering new stuff that makes our mobile devices more useful for both photography, videography, and you know, podcasting, live streaming. There's more and more stuff coming out all the time that really does beef up the robustness of a mobile platform. So I am super duper stoked about how awesome this is. Now, here is the rig that I'm that I was playing around with earlier. This rig was just sort of a hodgepodge, but it's, it's what I've got rigged up, or this is what I had rigged up earlier, but now I'm using this rig. It's basically the same thing, only instead of using the shotgun mic, the Rode Video Micro on top, I'm using the Rode Filmmaker Kit, which I have currently connected. I've got the transmitter hooked up over here on my Scarlett 2i2 so that I can use my good shotgun mic. And then I've just got the signal transmitting wirelessly over here to my phone. Now, there are better solutions. There are easier solutions. There are a lot less expensive solutions. But the thing that I really like about this setup is that you can wirelessly transmit any audio signal. As long as it's a 3.5 millimeter. Of course, you can use adapters, which I am in the Scarlett 2i2. Now, if you guys want more information on maybe how I've got this whole thing set up as far as my hardware is concerned, just leave me a comment or something down below, and we can talk about it. Streets of Vancouver says, is the video audio additionally compressed at all using Switcher? I think it might be, but this is just their intro version. This is called Switcher Go. It is not their full robust version. And the one thing that I am not a huge fan of when it comes to this particular service is that the price tag is significantly higher than I was expecting it to be. Now, if you do this a lot, if you make a living on YouTube, like I do, and you use it a lot, it might not be as bad. It might be a service worth using on a more consistent basis, and it might be worth paying the premium either monthly or yearly fee. I believe that the yearly fee is like $299 per year. So not exactly cheap. I think that it might even be a little over the top. But again, if you primarily do video on the YouTubes and you want to make money from it, it might be a good investment, because this enables you to create a very well-produced show. If you need to have multiple angles and stuff like that, you can do that. So, and it doesn't just support photos. It will also support video, and I'm going to test it now. And we've cut to this video. So now that I am, I've just loaded this video. This is pre-recorded before I ever started doing the live stream. And now I can use this video inside the live stream. But you have to pre-record it first, unless you have multiple devices where you can do, multiple camera angles and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. So anyway, let's just take a quick look at the rig. I don't know how much of it you can see, but I've got my wireless Rode Filmmaker Kit hooked up here. Got it on the B-Script Pro. Got the Rode attachment cable, or this is the patch cable, going to the Apple dongle, and then I've got it all sitting on top of this newer, I think it's an 11-inch Magic arm. It's pretty cool though. I mean, you can attach it to damn near anything you want, and it works really well. I use it almost constantly. Okay, it looks like the video just kind of cuts off and goes to black there. So that's pretty cool. At least I've got some sort of visual cue. I wish there was more of maybe like a progress bar or something at the bottom of the video to let me know how far it's gone so that I can swap back over. But it's got like a little row of icons down at the bottom, so you can see like here's first, here's the second, here's the third image, and then of course the video that I had just played for you guys. But that really is a very cool feature in order to enhance the overall production value of your live streams. So while I have not done extensive testing as of yet, I was so excited that I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just do a random live stream and give it a go. So I am more than happy to take any kind of questions that you guys might have about this app and what I know about it so far. You can set up the stream live directly inside the app. It automatically connects to your YouTube channel, sets up an automatic live stream. But you can also do multicam. So if you've got more than one iDevice, let's just say you've got 3 iPhones or whatever, and you've got an iPad, you can set up each one of those different iPhones as a different camera angle, and then use like your iPad as your main switching device. And you can just use the touch screen to hit each one of those iPhones and independently swap and change the angle, all while gathering from a single audio source, whichever one you've got mic'd up and going to your main machine. I'm not exactly for sure. I have not tested any of that stuff out, but I'm not exactly for sure how the audio would sync up, because if you swap completely different cameras, I don't know if it'll actually stay with the original audio, or maybe, I don't know. I really don't know how it works, because I've not tried the upgraded version. Now they do give you a 2-week free trial of their Switcher Studio, which is the more fully featured, more robust package that they have. Like I said, you only get 2 weeks though, so I don't want to burn through it unless I really like it. And so far, I really like it, but I just don't know if I'm willing to pay the extra premium for it, when most of my live streams generally do pretty good just with the YouTube app. So let me check and see. Says you're getting a slight echo on your audio there, buddy. Man, I don't know what's going on. It might just be from the delay, perhaps. Not really for sure. At any rate, the other thing that I also wanted to bring up was that you can do, let's just say you've got a PowerPoint presentation, right? Or you've got something on a computer, like, a laptop, and you want to share that screen on your live stream. They have what's called, I think it's called a Switcher Cast or something, but it's an app that allows you to basically screencast whatever is on your screen and then incorporate it into your live. So again, if you've got multiple sources of video, multiple sources of images, and you also want to incorporate all of that into your live stream, it's pretty amazing how powerful this system is. When I was talking about all the different camera angles that you could have, each one of the iPhones, like I said, it does work on Android too, so even if you've got some cheaper Android phones with some pretty good cameras, the app itself assigns a network address to each of the phones, and then you just add each of those phones as a source into your live stream. And like I said, I think with the Switcher Go app, which is their baseline, smallest, lowest powered software package that they have, I think you can have up to 5 different sources. You can have your main camera, and you can have 4 different external sources at one time. But you can easily tap on each source and remove it, and then add a new source as it comes in. So if you had like a producer, working with you to the side, this would be a fantastic, cheap, because it's all software based. I know a lot of people kind of poo-poo on software based solutions, but if you think about how much it actually costs to produce a live show, and you have to have hardware switchers and everything else, like I think they're called the New Tech switchers. I mean, you're talking thousands upon thousands of dollars to get all of that stuff wired up. So if you've got multiple cameras, multiple video cameras, you have to wire them all up to your video switcher. You got to have a dedicated producer sitting there, hitting each camera angle based on whatever your talent is talking about. Whereas in this case, I can just go, hey, let's look at this thing, and I just tap the solution on the screen, and we automatically go to that image. So it really is pretty damn cool. I mean, I am just blown away, and it's without hiccup thus far. I've not had it crash a single time. I was stress testing it earlier because it has a record mode. So when you first start, as you're recording, you know, you can record like a bunch of B-roll clips. So if you start recording some B-roll, you can save it inside the app to load into your live stream a little bit later. So if all you have is your phone or your tablet with you, you can record that B-roll and save it, and then load it up into your multi-screen edits as you go live. So just pointing that out there. Let's see. Thompson 11 says no issues with audio at all. Awesome. I appreciate all those feedbacks. Millie says not sounding that bad. Well, it shouldn't. I've got this Audio-Technica AT875R recording my audio right now. I've got a lot of expensive audio equipment doing all this hardcore lifting. I was going to use the little lavalier mic, but I honestly am such a stickler for good audio. I kind of hate the audio quality when you've got a microphone that's sitting directly on your chest. Also, by the way, the app itself, let's bring this mic over here a little bit. The app itself has adjustments so that you can do zooming while you're recording. So if you need to zoom in, you can, and it will automatically refocus and recompose and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if I can bring it back down. I think it was at 1. Good enough. But you can also do focus. You can change your focus. You can change your exposure, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to ruin the picture. I've worked for about 5 minutes to get it looking this good. But you can do auto exposure plus. You can do manual exposure, and you can also lock your exposure down once you get it just perfect. You can do the exact same thing with white balance. You can do automatic, manual, lock it, and it's even got an option. No shit. It even has an option where you can hold up a gray card, hit the little gray card button, and it will auto white balance based on the lighting conditions that you're in. And if you were using the rear-facing camera, which I am not, I'm using the front-facing camera, you can turn the LED light on, off, you can dim it, and it also has a tally mode. So another really, really cool thing. Streets of Vancouver says, is this switcher 1080p? This particular stream is not. This is 720p. I'm under the impression that with Switcher Go, which is their intro software app, it limits the broadcast quality to 720p. Most people don't care about ultra high quality during a live stream, but if you do, you're probably going to look at their more expensive package. I don't think that using the Go app is the ideal solution for anyone that gives a shit about extremely high quality. So if you use the YouTube app will only allow you to stream in 720p. At least that's been my experience. It might be different if you use the rear-facing camera, but I don't use it a lot because, again, I'm usually trying to check focus and in composition and all that kind of stuff. The one thing about the YouTube app is that you don't have all these external controls. You don't have the ability to include slides. You don't have the ability to add lower thirds. You don't have the ability to add video bugs into your live stream. You don't have the ability to play back B-roll in your stream with the YouTube app. So even with this being in 720p and probably highly compressed right now, I mean, I'm looking at it right now from, I'm looking at it right now on my laptop, and at this resolution, at the play, during playback, I think it looks pretty damn good. So I think that, 70% of the people that watch YouTube now do it from a mobile device. And if that's the case, this resolution is perfectly fine for most mobile screens. See if we got any other questions. Hey, Chris, how's it going, man? Good to see you, brother. Haven't seen you in a while. Ryan, what's going on? I have not had my coffee today. I've already had 2 cups. Of course, it's 11:41 in the afternoon. And I was up at about 3:45 this morning, so long day already. Keith Alexander Bailey says, looks pretty good at 720p. Awesome. And Streets of Vancouver says, very decent indeed for 720. Well, just so you all know, I meticulously clean the lens of the phone whenever I'm about to go live, because if you get any little smudge on the lens, look how shitty that looks. I mean, it looks all hazy and stuff. Oh, I can't stand it. But if you take yourself a nice little microfiber cleaning cloth and give it a good rub, oh yeah, quite a bit better. It saturates up. It's the picture saturates quite a bit better, I think. But it just could be me. All right, so what's going on, Joe? Thomas says no complaints here. Good. So I am seriously going to consider using this on a much more regular basis, because with this setup, it enables me to do and interact with the viewers of my channel like from anywhere. And depending on the amount of gear that I take with me, so if I just took like the Rode Filmmaker kit, which I will show you here, if I take this Rode Filmmaker kit with me and just use the lavalier microphone, that would be the extent of everything that I would need to have good quality or decent quality video, excellent quality audio, and clip my B-Script Pro to damn near anything. I could literally grab a hold of a tree branch and do a live stream from anywhere with exceptionally good audio. It's just amazing. If you wanted to go a little less, a little more low tech with a significantly lower price tag, you could easily just use your phone with the Rode Video Mic or Micro. You can pick that mic up for about, I don't know, $60, $59.99 on Amazon, I do believe is what it runs. And you pick up this app, which is Switcher Go. Most people don't need, I would be willing to bet that the Switcher Go app, the base model, if you don't need anything over 1080p, I would say that probably 95% of everyone that likes to do live streaming from a mobile device, this would be all you would need. No doubt. All right, back to live. All right, so let's check out. Keith Alexander says, you have 2 cups of coffee and now a shot of sake. Man, I have not had some sake in so long. Chris says, just came back from Vegas, man. Great vacation. Some work. Was great. Good to see you. Yeah, I saw your photos on Instagram. Pretty good stuff. Keith Alexander says, love that Rode link. I like just about everything that Rode puts out. Their mobile solutions are really starting to draw me in more and more and more. I think the next thing that I'm going to get so that I can use this shotgun mic wherever I go, if anyone has ever played around with the Audio-Technica AT875R, this thing is super duper light. The capsule is not very long at all. And I think I'm going to pick up their iXLR that basically gives microphones like this phantom power anytime they want and enables them to not have to be tied down to their desk or into in a studio environment. So if you want a really nice sounding XLR connection, the Rode iXLR just might be the way to go. So, like I said, I love all this stuff that has to do with getting your shit on mobile devices, still being able to get your content out there, still be able to have really good quality. And there's a lot of products out there now. Because I just talked about the new Godox A1 yesterday. There is a lot of products out there now that are enabling us to, you know, do more with our mobile devices. I think that's just fantastic. Maybe you all don't think it's as amazing as I do, but I have to stare at all this new tech all the time in order to get content and stuff. So, Streets of Vancouver says, that Rode rig for audio sounds mighty damn good. Very low profile. Very low profile to real estate wise too. Absolutely. I mean, both of those setups are just tiny. They're completely insignificant. Let's see. Millie says, that is really decent. Thank you. Thank you. Thomas says, live street shoots, fire up the Segway. I know. I was thinking about that earlier. As a matter of fact, I had several different people going, oh my God, dude, I can't believe you've got that Segway. I was talking to my brother yesterday, and I let him know that I had one. And he thought it was just like the best thing, because the old Segways, if you guys don't remember, used to have a handlebar. But with these new 9-bot Segway Mini Pros and stuff like that, because you can steer the entire thing with your knees, it keeps your hands free. So people that like to do street photography or street vlogging, that thing is a 100% win in my book. Yeah, Joe says, I own that mic also. Didn't you get it on my recommendation, Joseph? Let me know, brother. Keith Alexander says, agree, Mark. Rode Link is making audio easier and lighter, but portable. It's true. Thomas says, Rode makes Go stuff across the board. Yeah. To be perfectly honest, I've even thought about picking up the Rode NT1, I believe it's called. It's their studio condenser mic. Now, I love Audio-Technica microphones. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely love them. But, you know, sometimes when you get a couple of really good products from one company, you almost start to feel like a sense of loyalty to them because they've done you right. You know, they've not given you any crap. And the Rode Link Filmmaker Kit, as far as like wireless lavalier systems, easiest, hands down, best wireless microphone setup I've ever used. I love it. And the Rode Video Micro, that thing is so light, so tiny, so robust, doesn't require battery, has absolutely excellent sound, and you can get it dirt cheap. I mean, $59. And it is a little friggin' workhorse, is what that microphone is. Ever since I've gotten it, I've used it more times than you guys can imagine. As a matter of fact, I probably could have just hooked that up to the phone and gone even lighter today. I didn't even need this setup. I don't know. I just really love the sound of this microphone, though. Not to mention, the mic preamps on the Scarlett 2i2 are just some of the... I mean, they're just quiet as hell. Chris says, Mark, give your take on the A5100. I want one for YouTube and all-around run and gun. I would love that camera. I would probably still own that camera if it had a mic in jack. As soon as Sony makes an A51 whatever its replacement's going to be, and it has a microphone jack, I'll be buying it. Period. Hands down. End of story. That's what's up. But if you don't care about super duper good audio, which you should, then I would kind of just say no. Joe says, hell, I can't remember. Likely so. The NT1 is supposed to be really, really good. From all the audio tests that I've ever heard, the NT1 is, I would say, on par with, I don't know what the... Honestly, I think it sounds kind of better than a lot of those, what is it, the Shure... What's that Shure dynamic microphone? Or not the dynamic... yeah, it is the dynamic microphone. It's a big fat one. It's a front address microphone. It's like this, only mo fat. Joe Rogan uses it on his podcast. Cannot remember what it's called, though. It's about a $400 or $500 microphone. It's great sounding, but you need a lot of gain to push that mic. The studio condensers require a lot less gain than dynamic microphones, so if you don't have the audio equipment to push it, stick with studio condensers. Thomas says, I have owned the NT1 for 15 years. It's awesome. Have you really? Still going strong, still going, you know, no problems, no issues. Streets of Vancouver says, I do want to recommend that mini shotgun mic that Sony put out that plugs into the multi-interface slot. It comes with a windscreen and works quite decent when you need a shotgun. If you're recording bands or music artists outside, the Rode Stereo Video Mic X also delivers exceptional results. And as a matter of fact, I almost considered the Rode Video Mic X. If you're talking about the small one, I can't remember if you're talking about the big stereo one. I'm talking about the one for the phone, because essentially that Lightning, you know, XY camera mount or microphone, it basically replaces a field recorder, at least from what I can tell. I've never checked it out. I've never tested, you know, build quality to see if it was any good or not. But if it's anything like all the rest of what Rode's been making, it's probably pretty damn good. So, Chris says, can I get good audio out of a USB-C or whatever it has? I don't think that it allows you any audio in at all as far as the camera is concerned. I mean, the only thing that you get is the built-in microphones, and then you're pretty much stuck with just that. So, yeah, it's been a while since I've done a live stream in the middle of the week. Usually I've started doing them on Friday. I really like doing my Friday live streams, but this was pretty cool. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, since the vast majority of you guys that are watching right now are pretty regular, I just wanted to let everyone know that if you happen to be using the Anchor FM app, that is a radio app. It is an extremely cool radio app. I have started a podcast on there, and I've basically been doing photography news. So if anyone is interested, check out the Anchor.fm app on your iPhone, and it's for Android as well. And if you guys end up wanting to start your own podcast, you can. It makes it so easy. I used to do a lot of radio probably 15 years ago. And in that amount of time, I cannot get over how much easier it is now to professionally produce an audio show as easily as it is now. You can even do call-ins. Your listeners can give you live feedback. They can just hit the call-in button. They can record, you know, whatever it is that they want to say. It saves to your account as like a recording, and then you can incorporate the call-ins into your show at a later time. You can leave applause a lot like you can on the Periscope app. You know how everyone's tapping the shit out of it and leaving a bunch of hearts whenever you do something cool or say something awesome. You can do the exact same thing with the Anchor app, only it's applause and not hearts. A very, very cool app for anyone that wants to create content somewhere else, have your presence felt in another place, on another platform. And I've also been recording little subscribe bumpers, letting people know that they can come over to the YouTube channel and get some video content on photography as well. So if anyone would do me a solid and download the app, check out that and let me know how it goes. See how you all like it. If it's something that you all be interested in, you'll probably find a lot of other really cool stuff on there as well. They do like politics. They do the, you know, national and world news roundups. A lot of, you know, just there's people creating content in a varied amount of genres there as much as they are on YouTube or anywhere else. So, Joe says, iPhone will not allow video and USB mic recording at the same time. I tried about a year ago. Well, that is not entirely true. There are a couple of different audio interfaces now, Joe, that you can take and you can plug directly into the Lightning connector. It outputs enough voltage that it will power certain ones. The one I've been looking at is called the I think it's called the Shure M5 or something like that. M5. It's a small little guy. It draws its power from the iPhone, but provides 48 volts of phantom power to an XLR microphone. It will power headphones. It will power a couple of other things too, I think. But you can also hook a battery bank up to it if you want. Something you should look into. I think you might find that it's pretty damn useful. Streets of Vancouver says the Rode app allows 24-bit and 96 kilohertz quality with that Rode phone XY mic you mentioned. Yes. So if you're doing any level of really high quality audio recording or field recordings, if you're doing like nature sounds, if it's, I don't know, water, you know, ambient noises, those XY pattern microphones are fantastic for doing any sort of like background sound recording, especially in nature or out and about. If you want a really high quality stereo pattern recording, always get the XY microphones, whether that be from Rode or Zoom or whoever. You're welcome, Chris. He also says, I usually use external recording for my videos, though. For run and gun, the mic input is essential. Yeah, and the next bump up was the A6300. The only problem with that is that, you know, there's no flip-up screen. So in this particular case, Chris, I would say if you want run and gun, you could always go with like a Panasonic G7, but you're not going to get that fantastic autofocus, which is what a lot of us really want. Now, you can also do the Canon GX7, I believe. I'm not 100% sure if it has a mic in jack or not. I don't think it does, but I could be wrong. I think it's just onboard mics only. And if that's the case, you might as well just stay with the A5100 since you've already got Sony lenses. Thomas says, got to run. Thanks for the content. Always appreciate it. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you hanging out. So anyway, guys, I think that I'm probably going to wrap up as well. This has been a really interesting experiment. It looks like I've gone this entire almost 40 minutes with 0 hiccups on this stream. Recorded this entire stream with my iPhone using the Switcher Go app. Again, I'll show you my rig. This is what I started off with earlier today while I was testing. I was just using the iPhone inside the B-Script Pro, attached to an 11-inch Neewer Magic Arm. And I was using the Rode Video Micro, just kind of seeing how that was going. And then I swapped over to the exact same setup, except I was using the Filmmaker kit, excuse me, to broadcast the audio that is coming out of my Scarlett 2i2 so that I could get this lovely, juicy, tasty Audio-Technica AT875R audio into my broadcast. And I was also able to do a video, and it's basically B-roll video of me talking about the rig, and I put it into the live stream. So this right here is the app that we're talking about. This is the Switcher Go for mobile video creators. You can do live streams. You can also do it on Facebook Live. So if you've got more of a Facebook audience, which I don't, but I have been posting more and more of my videos over onto Facebook. But if you happen to do Facebook Live, you can do broadcasts with this app. I don't think you can do it at the exact same time. I'm not 100% for sure. I have not tried it, and I'm probably not going to. But I'm assuming that there's a really good chance that their more robust software packages can, in fact, do simultaneous platform streaming. So, at any rate, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed testing it and also getting a chance to hang out with you. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also check out Anchor.fm and see if you guys end up liking the podcast that I've been producing. I've only done it the last 2 days. It's been pretty cool, though. I've enjoyed it. But I just wanted to let everyone know that there is a really cool audio app if you like to get your news in smaller bite-sized hunks. And I've been having a lot of fun, so go check it out. I will see you guys again on the next one. Peace.